Now, if you feel like you know what to do to get healthy, but you just can't bring yourself to do it, our next guest is here to give you a nice, swift kick in the pants.
Her no-nonsense book, Healthy as, well, let's just say F. The habits you need to get lean, stay healthy, and generally kick butt at life. She simplifies the journey to health, lightening the conversation with humorous and a few, F-bombs as well, which I live for. Please welcome to the show author and fitness expert, Oonagh Duncan. It there off the top. There are no shortage of books that are like, get strong, stay lean, be healthy, be happy. So what sets your methodology apart from the others?
Yeah, exactly. Like one of these comes out every single week, right? And they all say, oh no, it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. And what I'm saying is actually, maybe it is a diet. Whether it's a diet or a lifestyle depends on your mindset.
Right.
So that's what I like to talk about in this book.
Okay.
And throughout the book, you say that people don't need to go on a diet. You say they need to actually change your habits. Their habits. So what exactly is the difference?
Yeah, exactly. So the difference between whether you're on a diet or whether it's your lifestyle is about your identity. So if you think about it for a second, if you think someone says, oh, I'm eating healthy. And then if you said, well, are you gonna eat healthy 3 weeks from now on Tuesday? They'd probably be like, well, I don't know. Like, it depends on the day. But if you said, I'm a healthy eater, then are you gonna eat healthy 3 weeks from now? Absolutely, because that's who I am. So it's quite different, isn't it? If it's who you are, then it's a habit.
Okay. Now, you say this in your book that most of us know, some of the stuff that we're supposed to do to get healthy. You know, we cut down our portions, we drink less, we get a good night's sleep. But every night I'm still having a second portion of dinner and I'm still having a second portion of wine. I know, and I just don't think it's as easy as saying, like, we'll just stop doing that. So, so what kind of solutions do you offer up for that mindset?
Exactly. So this is the thing. We all know exactly what we should do. This is not, and one thing that's different about my book.
But we're not doing it.
Yeah, I'm not saying there's any breaking news, but we're not doing it.
Yeah.
So that is what I want to talk about. Because most of us are using, discipline, or they try and motivate themselves, or really use willpower, and it doesn't work. What actually works is having healthy habits. So you really need to reinforce the feeling good of the healthy habits, because for most of us, that second portion or the glass of wine or a little bit of chocolate is kind of the best thing that's happened to us all day.
Yeah.
Right? Am I right? So what we need to do, So what we need to do is make it feel good to have healthy habits. And most of us are really stingy with the actual feeling good and rewarding ourselves for having those healthy habits.
Let's talk more about those rewards, because you say, Oonagh, that one of the common mistakes that people make is that they confuse happiness and pleasure. But what if that glass of wine at the end of the day brings me both happiness and pleasure?
Totally. So the difference between happiness and pleasure. So pleasure is usually something external or circumstantial. It's, like that guy texted me back or I got the job. Whereas happiness is internal and it's lasting. So an example I always give is pleasure is if someone says like, oh my gosh, have you lost weight? And you feel that little pleasure about it. Whereas happiness is just feeling so good in your skin, it doesn't really matter what anybody else says.
Okay.
So when people sort of embark on this, usually it happens at the start of the year, it's like, I'm gonna get healthy. And it often leads to them becoming sort of all or nothing. It's like, I'm not gonna have a cheat day, I'm not gonna have a lazy day. But you say actually doing things halfway can actually lead to better results.
Totally. So this is one of the biggest things that we need to fix about how we think about healthy living. It cannot be all or nothing. And it can't be like, a lot of people like to say, well, I'm a go hard or go home kind of person. We got to drop that. Because we need to allow small wins. So for an example, if you say I'm going to go for a 5K run every single day, and then we all know there's going to be that day when we're like, I just can't. Right? So on that day, what you need to do, instead of just saying, forget it, I'm all or nothing, you need to say, well, could I maybe go for a 1K walk? And if you allow those small wins, what you're doing is you're reinforcing the habit loop, you are reinforcing your identity as someone who actually does stuff, and it is kryptonite to your BS, which is trying to talk you out of your healthy habits.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that.
So, I like that.
Good.
Okay, so feminism and fitness. You were saying that when you first started as a fitness trainer, you were really trying to emphasize this idea of, oh, you should feel good about your fitness. And then later on, you kind of evolved to be like, well, no, maybe saying to them, to your clients, that it is about looking good is not a bad thing overall. And in fact, you said maybe you did some of your earlier clients a disservice. So why did that switch and what's the difference?
So this was a huge switch for me. So when I first started, I was a fat activist. So I was someone who advocated against anti-fat attitudes in society. And so I called my company Fit Feels Good, and I am still absolutely, it is about feeling good. But in completely insisting that we never talk about, having nice arms for summer or abs, I wasn't listening to my clients, because what they were telling me is I actually really want to look good, and that's important to me too. And now I think our job as woke women is to absolutely support anyone in whatever personal development they want to do, and they get to choose what that is. If they want abs, then let's go for abs. Let's do it.
So when embarking on a goal to get healthy, a lot of people might lean on their friends and family for support, but you say this actually might not be the best idea. How come?
Totally. In fact, so many people say that they don't feel supported in their health and wellness efforts. In fact, I think it was I read a study that 1/5 of people have admitted to actually trying to sabotage their friends in getting healthier. Yeah, totally. And
Yeah,
so,
you guys know when you've done that, when your friend's like on a diet or something, you're like, oh, just have the piece of cake.
Exactly, exactly.
Come on.
Yeah. And they say, oh, well, because my friend got boring, or because it made me feel bad about my own habits.
Yeah.
So really, it's about them. So you really need to, what you need to do is you definitely need that social support, but find people who are already doing it, and it is gonna force you to up level.
Okay, so what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go through some common excuses that people give to kind of get out of their healthy habits here. And you're gonna tell us, I guess, the way to deal with that, okay? Is that cool?
Absolutely, yep.
So the common excuse we often might say to ourselves is, I wish I could exercise, but I'm just too busy, Oonagh.
Totally, yes. So I call this the victim BS. And I actually think this is the most corrosive BS we can tell ourselves, because it's you saying that I'm not in control of my life. Right?
Yeah.
It makes you sound like a little bit of a wuss. So I'm saying, absolutely, you are very busy. But is it possible that there is anyone out there just as busy as you who is managing to prioritize their health and fitness? Yeah, I think so.
Okay, what about this one? YOLO.
Yeah, absolutely. You only live once, and you want to spend that one and only life feeling amazing.
I should skip my spin class to stay home with my kids.
Right. My kids want the healthiest and happiest mom, and it is my duty as a mom to ditch them and go to my spin class.
Okay, this one, come on. But I'm on vacation.
Absolutely, you're on vacation. You want to have the best vacation possible, and you want to feel good on vacation, so your healthy habits make you feel good. You should probably stick with them.
All right.
Oonagh, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
The book is called Healthy AF, and members of our studio audience, you're all going home with a copy today.